Something unusual just unfolded within the royal family, and this time it wasn't a rumor or a headline. It was a deliberate, silent move. In early October 2025, when royal watchers visited the official royal website, they discovered something shocking. Harry and Meghan's entire histories completely gone. Not altered. Erased. No notice, no statement. Just silence. What could have prompted the palace to remove two of its most famous members from royal history? Tonight, we reveal the truth behind this quiet digital exile and what it truly signals about the monarchy today. It all began with a single click. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex remained listed on the royal family's website, but their biographies, once rich with personal achievements and vivid details, had been stripped down to a few stark, lifeless lines. Stories of Meghan's college years, her humanitarian efforts, and her acting career were gone. Likewise, paragraphs detailing Harry's education, his military service, and the milestones that once defined him as a prince had vanished. Their profiles now read more like footnotes in history. The Duke of Sussex supports causes related to veterans and mental health. The Duchess worked as an actress before her marriage. That was it. No color, no warmth, no trace of legacy. For many observers of the royal family, this wasn't merely an update. It was a statement, a cold, deliberate one. Palace insiders claim this digital erasure wasn't a mistake. It was an orchestrated move, a quiet cleansing of the royal record, directed from the top. And when the changes went live, one thing was undeniable. Every other royals page remained intact. The king, the queen, the prince and princess of Wales. Their biographies were still full, detailed, and carefully curated. Only Harry and Meghan's stories had been wiped clean. In the monarchy, that kind of silence speaks louder than any words. Within royal circles, the official website is more than just a record. It's a symbol of power and belonging. If your story is fully represented there, you're recognized as part of the institution. If it's condensed to just a couple of cold sentences, you're on the outside looking in. Earlier this year, following an internal review, King Charles reportedly ordered a complete fact check of every royal biography, emphasizing accuracy above all. Each profile was examined meticulously, line by line. Dates, degrees, titles, achievements, every detail had to be verifiable. When the review reached Harry and Meghan's pages, inconsistencies began to emerge. Some education records didn't align, timelines clashed, and certain claims could not be substantiated at all. As one insider reportedly said, the king wanted truth, not legend, even if it meant cutting deep. And so the erasing began. Take Meghan's education as an example. For years, it was reported that she graduated from Northwestern University in 2003 with a dual degree in theater and international relations. It sounded impressive, perfectly aligning with her image as an ambitious, globally minded woman. But when the palace's fact-checkers reached out to the university, the story began to fall apart. Yes, Meghan did attend Northwestern. However, records indicate she didn't return for her final semester, and her name does not appear in the 2003 graduating class. Even more surprising, Northwestern doesn't offer a degree in international relations. The closest program is international studies, and Meghan's major was listed under the School of Communication, not in diplomacy. So, that celebrated dual degree may never have existed at all. When the palace discovered they couldn't verify the claim, it was quietly removed. A former staffer explained that the decision wasn't meant to shame her. It was about safeguarding the crown's credibility. Yet the symbolism was striking. For a woman whose public image was built on being educated and accomplished, seeing her biography disappear must have felt like a second exile. But that wasn't the only discrepancy. Meghan's account of interning at the U.S. Embassy in Buenos Aires also came under scrutiny. She often portrayed it as a defining experience, learning diplomacy, perfecting her Spanish, and working alongside officials abroad. Yet embassy sources say it was never an official government internship. Instead, it was allegedly arranged by a relative with diplomatic connections, allowing her to observe briefly, without clearance, pay, or a student visa. The timeline itself also raised questions. She claimed to have completed the internship in August 2002, but didn't return to school afterward, instead spending several months traveling in Spain. Such a gap would have violated the rules of any legitimate internship. Adding to the confusion, Argentina was in political turmoil at the time: riots, curfews, and economic collapse. Embassy staff were instructed to remain indoors. So how could Meghan have been out exploring Buenos Aires and dancing tango, as she had described? Perhaps it was simply exaggeration, a polished version of the truth. But for the palace, speculation was never enough. Every unverifiable detail was removed. No embassy, no Spanish fluency, no Argentina. For a monarchy built on image and precision, even the smallest cracks cannot be overlooked. And yet the review didn't stop with Meghan. When attention turned to Prince Harry's page, complications emerged there as well. His time at Eton College and training at Sandhurst had long been highlighted as symbols of royal discipline. But whispers inside the palace suggested not everything in that story was accurate. Old reports surfaced, claims that a teacher had assisted Harry with coursework, leading to her eventual dismissal and a quiet legal dispute. These incidents had been buried years ago. When the digital audit began, those hidden stories resurfaced. In today's age of transparency, even the king could not ignore them. Rather than risk reviving old scandals, the palace chose to delete the references. No explanations, no corrections, just silence. As one palace aide reportedly said, "If the truth is messy, sometimes it's easier to erase than defend." Behind the scenes, this digital cleanup had been underway for months. When King Charles assumed direct control of royal communications earlier this year, he reportedly ordered a complete overhaul of the monarchy's online presence. His directive was clear: no myths, no exaggerations, only facts. The communications team spent weeks meticulously verifying speeches, dates, and records. Most royals passed the audit without issue. But the Sussex pages? They demanded major rewrites, or total removal. According to insiders, this wasn't about punishment. It was about preservation. The monarchy aimed to protect its image, even if it meant distancing itself from two of its most high-profile members. Yet for observers, it felt more profound: a final, silent separation. By erasing Harry and Meghan's stories, the crown wasn't merely tidying its records. It was asserting independence from their narrative. Today, if you visit the royal website, their names remain: the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. But click through and almost nothing remains. 2 titles, 2 empty outlines where once rich histories lived. Some see it as justice. Others call it cold and cruel. Either way, the message is clear. The monarchy has chosen memory over sentiment. King Charles reportedly believes history should be clean, not cluttered. A statement that reveals more about his reign than any public address ever could. Yet in erasing their past, the palace may have sparked something it cannot control: curiosity. Every blank page invites questions. Every deleted line becomes a mystery. And the more the monarchy attempts to erase Harry and Meghan, the more the world wants to uncover what really unfolded behind palace doors. Ultimately, this isn't merely about 2 vanished biographies. It's about legacy, truth, and the power to decide whose story endures. The crown can delete words, but it cannot erase the whispers that follow. And somewhere between the empty web pages and forgotten paragraphs, Harry and Meghan's story still lingers, haunting, unresolved, and unforgettable. Thank you for all. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye!